Introduction to using the Wacom Drawing Tablet in Photoshop. I'm going to open up a file for print, and I'm going to make it letter size. It's a new document, and I'm going to change the background and foreground colors, and I'm going to create a gradient. So what I do is I just go to that little square over there, and that's the foreground color, and I change that in the panel. Then I go to the square underneath it, that's the background color, and I'm going to pick the color I want from the panel and hit OK. And then I'm going to find the gradient tool. It might be hidden, but you find the gradient tool and you just pull it across the page and you will get a gradient from the foreground color to the background color. Now I'm going to go up to the layer menu and I'm going to click Layer, New. And once I have my new layer, I'm going to do Edit, Fill, and Black. And I'm going to fill my entire top layer with black, hiding the pretty radiant rainbow layer underneath. So Edit, Fill, Black. Now I'm going to go to my brush tool. No, actually, I'm going to go to my eraser tool, and I can actually pick the brush settings for the eraser. So I'm going to go Window, Brush, and I want to make my brush pressure sensitive. So I'm going to go to the display panel, and I'm going to click Shape Dynamics. If I go to Size Jitter and I click on the drop-down menu, I'm going to go to Pressure Sensitive in the drop-down menu. So it's Shape Dynamics, and then Jitter, and then Pressure Sensitive. And I can actually change all my settings to Pressure Sensitive, which is what I'm doing right now. So even the shape will change. So what this means is that the harder I press down with the stylus on the tablet, the fatter the brush stroke will be, and that the brush stroke will also change shape. So it's actually going to work much like a real brush. Now remember, this is the eraser that I'm using. So I'm actually erasing the black to expose the rainbow colors underneath from my gradient. So if you go to the upper left-hand corner, you can change the size of the brush. There's a little setting for changing the size. And when I lift up on the brush, it's going to get thinner at the end. When I press down, it's going to get fatter. So I'm going to now make a very pretty design, changing the width of the line and filling up the page with these rhythmic line design patterns. Just try and make lines that go off the edge of the page, lines that are next to each other, that almost look like, water. You could make a shape and then inside it another shape that's the same. You could make two lines that go in waves next to each other. You could make spirals, hearts. Just try and fill up the page with as many pretty designs as you possibly can. And experiment with changing the width of the brush. And you can even go into the settings and try different types of brushes to get the design you want. When you're done experimenting, you're going to save your design as a JPEG and turn it in via Google Classroom.